All right, everybody, we're back in a very important session today. Let's get right to it. Hold on, let me get myself set up here. Before I get any further, we got to get to some business. What's going on with that? Hold on, we got some kind of crazy hum. Hold on a second, guys. You guys hear that? Let me know in the chat. What I want to get to really quick is this. Finally, Black Friday special. And so get it over on X or there. It's a 30% off right now. And it's on the purchase. There's also a bigger deal on the full package. So if you want to get like both of them, you get TradingView and the other one, all the choice of the other packages, go there. Get that right now. I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. I got some terrible hum in the background. One second, everybody. I don't know what's going on there. No, that's disappointing. Let me check this. Anyway, that's the coupon code is Black Friday. Okay, and of course the best way to start is just getting your TradingView user names, get that trial. Go send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. You can hear the hum. I thought so. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Something's not right. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Bear with me 1 second. Something's not right on this. And that's terrible. Hum is gone. My goodness. All right, let's get to it, folks. I'm not convinced on the Streamlabs. Had some issues. BTC back under 90,000. And why? What are we going to look at here? Why would this be under 90,000 right now? Not following through. Maybe 1618. And I think what we got to do pretty much is a look at the connect the dots situation here. Bitcoin has been obviously raging, creating a lot of FOMO, and it seemed like it wanted to get the 1618, the larger 1618 at 1025. What, this month? This week? But it's more like this. Let's just keep connecting dots, okay? XABCD, that gives us the framework. As long as we identify the proper dots. What's here? 1618. Off of that immediate move, that's still 89,000. And that's always been our first target. It's like that. And let's get it precise right on that all-time high. Okay, 162 is good for me. Hope it's good for you. All right, that's it. And so if we see this thing pause, sideways, whatever, because of that weekly 1618, at least have a reaction. All I'm saying is reaction. I think Bitcoin's doing everything that it wanted or needed to do to get going. So that is absolutely the major harmonic event of the day. Just remarkable. Still up 8,000, up 10% on the week. Last 2 days have been a circus, but that's fine. Where could we expect this? Well, let's go to the weekly and just, again, one of the primary metrics we've been following all along, Harmonic Strength Index. Remember, ever since the 50 level. Okay, now we're up here. We're overbought. What you need to see is that continue to expand on the weekly. We are overbought. There's nothing official until that would turn down. Same thing here. Probably even better with our amplified indicator, right? That has to keep expanding if you want to see Bitcoin really do the major move now, or if it's going to be put off for a few weeks or into next year, so be it. 1025, still the number. Yeah, I see that. What's up, Justin? David, Snipes, Neil, Victoria. What's going on? Splus, William, I'm a rock. Mr. Kennedy's in the house, and Poopsie, and all these other people that show up every session. We're here Tuesday and Thursday. That's what I can do. 12 noon Eastern-ish. Hit the like. Hope you subscribe if you want to get more info on what we do. Look, the patterns have been all over the place. Everything did major pops exactly off of patterns, and we'll get into these on this session. We want to really cover Bitcoin and what to expect. Are you FOMOing? I mean, be honest, who's FOMOing? Because we got plenty of time on this. The big news is on the daily. Okay, HSI did roll over. Harmonic Strength Index, it'll give us that arrow today on the close. No matter what, you're not getting away from that. You're out of the zone. You're clearly the 88.6% level on HSI. It's generating an 80 level. There's nothing that can do. And it's probably going into just what I call a harmonic pattern pause. So not to think anything beyond that, where it's time to digest a few gains. And that's okay. That's pretty healthy. What are some of the good takeaways of this latest blast? Well, HSR amplified RSI is still firmly above in the overbought. And so you want to see that stay up there. Don't want that thing coming out, and we can vacillate up and down, but stay in this overbought in the daily zone. You go back, where have we seen that before? Don't have to go back too far. We on the big surge a year ago, or beginning of the year, we hit up, okay, and we were bouncing around, had some inflections, went back up as this did a couple of waves up to 72K. 72K. That seems like, doesn't seem like much, right? And then even better, because this thing is really a breakout metric versus anything we saw all year, and we're back up at those highs that were experienced up in February. Again, doesn't mean that this is anything but some digestion, sideways kind of a pausing behavior. And you even go back to, say, November of last year, we had a similar deal. And let's take a quick look. Like there's November back here, 2023. It's just remarkable. That seems like forever ago. And Bitcoin 1 year ago was 33K. So there's a 300% move in a year. This just what an asset. But regardless, look, this is the kind of situation we're probably in. You have a big thrust up. You're going to digest that stuff, sideways grind, and continue to go higher as long as you stay up in the zone. Now, HSI is going to come down. And what do we want to see? A minimum 50 move. Would love to get something oversold, but in the best instances, you stay up in that move and price grinds. So think of that as kind of the 89K has always been the next stop, the next step in the process, and that's where you are. Hey, good news though. Good news for everyone. What does that mean? Well, we got to probably dig in on Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin's going to pause, where do you think they're going to go? Bitcoin dominance is probably ripe. And then that means go crazy on those altcoins. BTCD. Remember this? Big push above the hop level. We have no confirmation. All right. And that's something that I'm still looking at. Why isn't HSI generating an overbought signal? Not yet. We do see it in the amplified reading. And that, for me, I think is probably even more significant. What would be, if you want Bitcoin dominance to go down from here off of that pattern, all right, we need to see HSI roll over, which means a dramatic shift. It's not there yet. And this is trying to fail that deep crab. There's actually a couple of patterns here of significance. Go back. Look, you have that small pattern, but we didn't even really even mention this larger crab. Okay, looking like at least a pause. We do have that prior dot. So that's, you know, on the first test, we did get a dot. And we do have, you know, all of this focused so closely at 60%. But this sets up a remarkable opportunity for your altcoin run, or at least to begin. A lot going on here. I mean, it's just definitely, absolutely interesting stuff. I think that the bigger takeaway is how harmonic Bitcoin is, that when we get to these levels, we have to respect in a major way. I mean, just remarkable. But Bitcoin dominance is probably the chart to be looking at closely. And then what does that mean? Again, is this when we see the real flood into all those altcoins? So everything that, you know, and I'm not talking the ones that have run. I'm not talking like Doge here. Doge did a triple off the low. Okay, and I mean, amazing. 9 to 42. Well done. But I think it's time to look at other things. A couple other things that we should look at. Things that I have talked about previously. Again, XLM did a big move, guys. And we want to see, is this only the beginning? Do we got more to go? Where is it? Look, XRP, XLM. We have dot confirmation. Both of those are starting to move. They're playing catch up. And XRP, we were 9 to 10 cents, ran straight to 14. Now what? Well, we got to go on a 4-hour or hourly chart and monitor these. And on the hourly, we have some oversold already. So you're looking for this not only to hold 12.3, but begin the resumption. XRP starting to do things. Is this finally XRP's time? We'll have to wait and see. You know, great move, 50 to 70. The daily chart's what I'm interested in. Get above the hop level at 77. Still long, guys. I'm still long XLM and XRP. I'm debating that. I'm debating XRP because I've got so much XLM. I think percentage-wise, XLM is that better percentage play. But let's see. A couple others. Listen, we talked some AI stuff. I wanted to show you Tau Bittensour. And also some of the ones that really dropped. Remember Pal AI? A lot of those bounce exactly where we were. Tau Bittensour rejecting off of that type 2. It was perfect. Can we come back down and get another setup? Wait for the next HSI. They're rolling over. Rolling over, but this is going to be a bigger setup where true acceleration can begin, especially if Bitcoin dominance is going to give it up. Yeah, no, hold on, let me show you that, okay? Yeah, before I begin, guys, here's the Black Friday special again for those that are just coming in. Okay, it's 30% off the software. A lot of people have asked me for it. We wait I just put it in the chat. I usually wait on that, but again, it's the one time a year where we do it. And just review the options. If you have questions, get to me at Harmonic Trader Gmail. I officially launched it. Okay, it's only for 2 weeks. That's the time to get the software if you want it on a discount. I mean, I don't even think it's really, the discount is something you should worry about, but ask anybody that has the software. Anybody. Couple more. Listen, we're looking for these pullback scenarios. Here's the other one that, look, I bit a little bit on Cardano to start my position, and that was a little FOMO on my part, because after we had this little reaction move, I thought, oh, geez, we're going to get going. I only took a small chunk. I'm going to add a lot more to Cardano. I'm investigating the situation, and I'm thinking, can we get down to 51? My concern is that Cardano does not give us the full pullback. So I started nibbling, and I'm thinking that the issue here is that if it's truly going to be that kind of a deal where you're going to get Cardano, or you're going to get favorite plays with whatever they're going to do in this new crypto integration with the government, then the repricing begins. There's the back-to-back pattern. This is the chart, though, that's got me. Okay, this weekly, we're up here. We have this crab pattern that already did the type 1, type 2, and it worked itself out. Meaning, harmonically, the fact that you did type 1 reaction, type 2 with the dot came all the way back down, you're resuming in a way where there's no type 3. And there's no confirmation up here where if I was looking at this for confirmation, I mean, it's super strong off of that midpoint 50 line. So I'm going to start nibbling. Maybe we get back to 51 cents. That would be my ideal entry. But there's only two places. We get that reaction to the box and we launch, or we just break out of 71, and then you have to default to the weekly, if not monthly, time frames here. You have to default to where this whole recovery range is in play. Cardano's like 20 billion, 25 billion market cap now, and that's nothing. There's really nothing there in terms of that being able to have massive expansion. It's kind of like the XLM situation. You get mass adoption of this stuff, then it's, you need to be aware of where the fat finger long has to happen. Okay, this has been not an easy one, because you have been at that level for the better part of 2 years while other things are rocketing. Consider that your first shot across the bow after we completed the 1-2. That's something with the patterns. It's important to understand that the type 1 and type 2, once you go through, is like an exercise, and then you can't flush it out, especially with this type 2 here at target 2. And then you start a resumption. To me, what that says is that, hey, not only do we want to come back for a full retest, but if we take out 71, 72, there's nothing. That it resets the whole situation, and this pattern has served its purpose. Does that make sense? Hope it does. A lot going on here. What's up, Matthew? On the Bitcoin situation, why isn't it recognizing the 88K? There is there on the potential. Let's really quick. It's a great point. Let me show you that. There is. Do you have potential and pending settings? I normally only want to look at completed, and it probably will pop up on the week's completion. What Matthew's saying is, why isn't the software showing this crab? It's like this. If you show potential or pending, I take them off because There's a lot of confusion with that, but there it is, my man. There it is. Just wanted to circle back because it was a really pertinent issue with the software. I keep those settings off because I like to focus on defined levels. But if the pending and potential setting for the software are showing this crab for Bitcoin. Okay, it's in here. It's in the settings, confirm, pending, potential. Now, why isn't it absolutely confirmed? Because we have not closed the weekly bar. That's the way the algos are generated. Maybe it is on the daily. Do we have it on the daily with confirmed? We do have the potential, but I know why. See, the daily is limited to a plus minus range to find the most discrete pattern. So the read on that is this is a failed butterfly on the daily, which is strong, which is a great sign. What I think is you come back down and get over, you'll have a correction sideways reaction. All right. A great point though. And I appreciate you bringing that up. Let's take them off. And let's get back to the other ones. So Cardano is the example. The other example of the strategy that with the software, I want everyone to be considering and aware of. Listen, you can trace out patterns all you want, but what you really need is the software to show you the uniform algorithms that measure the true harmonics. Anybody that has been here not only knows how dialed in we've been on the levels, but really just the software as a guide to get you where you need to be. And this strategy of the type 1 reaction where we come down on the daily and use that as a launch pad is exactly how I want to be looking at all crypto. What would we need for a monthly yellow dot on Bitcoin? Oh, you would need a couple of red months. Listen, we are already entered into acceleration phase before January. And what I'm thinking on Bitcoin, guys, is that we get to the 1025 on a monthly bar, and then you shoot on past that. We talked about that last session. I want to come back and focus on more opportunities like Cardano. Like, we know Bitcoin's deal. And I laid out the larger possibilities in our last session of where it's going to go. And just to throw out numbers, you guys know I have been on 1025 for a year as a 1618 primary price discovery objective by the end of January. But now we're going to look at 205, okay, because that's the extreme level. Let me get through a few of these and we'll circle back to that. Couple more. Patterns looking left. Patterns looking left. That's what we want. Patterns looking left. So what are these patterns looking left? Well, let's focus in on a couple. Listen, these Memecoins are starting to do crazy things. Based Brett and Myro were two that we talked about previously. Brett is here. Off the bat pattern, it's already leaving the station. That's one. Where'd it go? Let me get you Myro. Hold on. It's Myro here. Okay, Myro, Brett, a lot of these, they have the patterns looking left that we want. They're starting to make the breakout, the higher lows, break out of there. Your levels are like right there. It's like a 8 cents, or 9 cents, 10 cents. XA levels are like 14. So look at it this way. really the breakout for something like Miro and these others is above the XA, where you go to 24 or 31. It's really a type 2 on the Gartley. And this guy Murad, I think he's right. And we did that with Ponzi a couple weeks ago on all those meme coins, and boy, have they run. They keep running. I'm impressed. It's really a remarkable time and a window of opportunity that has opened up. Couple more. Here's some things that are blowing me away, and then I want to hear what you guys have that are blowing you away. Things that are maybe were sleepers before. Crypto.com. Okay, I said this last time that, yeah, they're a brokerage, but you know what else? They've got an S-load of digital assets on their books. And here's another one. Back-to-back, bat pattern. Okay, that's a first thrust, crazy 23. We're already back at 15 cents. Not a problem. Let's wait for this to get oversold down here. Let me get the arrow. Hold on. Thank you. We're looking for this to come down, get us oversold, and then go again. That's like a first major thrust. And this is a shark, obviously failed. We will get another opportunity. Let it come in, but it's going to be like maybe 12, maybe 11. Okay, we're not coming all the way back down here. XA level is 8 cents. You're at 15 at the moment. Let this thrust get digested for a few more days, but get that one on your radar. These first thrust things are massive, because then when we go back and look at last cycle, all right, you're talking the ability to go full 886. And so we're down here 15 cents. Maybe you get to 12 cents. We're looking for that full 886 move. Like this. Minimum 382. Let's take it in chunks, please. 40 cents. Then we go 886. That would be your cycle recovery. Remember, there are cycle discovery, price discovery candidates, and cycle recovery candidates. The recovery candidates will take the 382 to the 886. The discovery, they go 1618s. Things like, oh, I don't know, Solana. Need an update on that one. Solana's here, 215, making progress. Okay, this one is if we connect dots, it's a butterfly. Remember, B point defines the MW formation of what we can expect to go up to a 127 minimum. B point is 786, reciprocal is a 127. We go to 335. Minimum. These are minimum targets. And what you're going to want to see is a blast through that when it really goes crazy. But for now, just so when you're positioned in there, you have an idea of like, where the heck is this going? 127, 330, 335. Couple more. And I'm probably just maybe should riff off the big ones. Like we haven't looked at Ethereum, haven't given it a lot of respect recently, but Ethereum's like this. Okay, beautiful uptrend, no doubt. I think it's been so underperforming to all the other ones. And look, current yellow dot on the daily. It's a retest of the bat pattern. Okay, and again, the weekly time frame. You really need to see this thing bust through and on a price probably we're going to have to, whatever this week ends up being, I think you're probably a couple of weeks where you want to see it break out to the upside, go serial. Hold on. I need to adjust this. There you go. That's a lot better for me. Like this. Continue that progress on HSI. Not to mention, we still need to break out of that. It's getting close. Getting close. Probably a couple more weeks of work. The one I really like in that area is Ethereum Classic. I know a lot of people don't, they dismiss it. It's not a big deal. Got a lot of really nice patterns looking left here. That one. And yeah, there it was. Go back. 2 patterns right at the low. So this one really hasn't started to move yet. You've got type 2 butterfly, 1 and 2. Second bat there. And this is the bigger deal. You're above the 50 here on HSI on the weekly. The price has yet to move. HSI is pointing up, amplified. I'm going to guess this is a weekly chart. Your next up bar, weekly bar, really sets this thing free. And I'm not just talking like 24, what have you. I mean, it's something where you set it off and you go to target to 54 has always been the target. It's just like the whole other slew of crypto that have yet to do the moves. Couple more. Looked at Ethereum. We peaked at Doge. How about, where is SUI? So SUI leaving the station too. And, you know, people tell me this is going to be like the next Solana, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. 338. There you go. And I think that's starting to really get away. The dailies like that, what do you do? I mean, you really can't do much at the moment. My suggestion is wait for hourly. Oh, that's interesting. There's a dot. What about a 5-minute chart? Because at this point, when you're in this kind of move where your price discovery, can I see some 5-minute patterns? And maybe just enter on these 5-minute patterns looking for a breakaway move. There's a type 1 bat pattern on that 5-minute and just keep playing this uptrend. I mean, you can, I don't think you can really glean much from that daily chart. But keep an eye on that one. I think maybe if you get back to 330, 320 area, you're looking for spots where this can launch and do another continuation. Just amazing. A few more. Yeah, okay, we'll get to some of those. Yeah, how about, okay, everyone's saying, what about Elon? Elon still there. Elon, I'm getting ready to double the position, and I'll show you where. Okay, there's Dogelon. I think this is one that conceptually, look, if you're going to go with a Brett, or you're going to go with any other name, or Peanut. I mean, the Peanut was genius, though. I got to say, Peanut was genius. Elon started its move. And remember, we have patterns. Okay, we have big patterns, type 2 patterns. These kind of patterns, big crab. That's why it's launching. That's what you want to see. And so where can we get on this? We've done this inflection, first thrust, but at least we cleared some highs and coming off a nice 6-month extended low base. All right, 4 or 5 months. Break it to a 4-hour chart. Do we have anything oversold? We sure do. Right there. And I'm thinking ballparking around 2. Right there. 2, what is it? 2 millionths of a penny or whatever. And what you're looking for as well, Can we get this kind of a thing? Monitor amplified RSI. And this is going to be another technique where HSI 4-hour, check. Oversold, great. Starting to develop the oversold reversal. Here's the other thing that I really like. It is that complex return. What is that? It's an M formation. You got super overbought, but it's an M. It's an M, and those M's love to come back, get retested. This is going to be another technique. It's proprietary that we use where we're looking for that to return and go back to retest. I would say that HSI on the 4-hour, once that turns back up, it might take a little bit of time. We have checked back there on the 4-hour chart off that low right there. The low is like 2107. And what was that? Did we get there? Did we do the retest? Almost. It's really close. Give it some time. I mean, that was a hell of a move. A practical double there. But the bigger picture and development that's, shaping up where like a lot of these that have done the move above your 50 level, okay, that's strong. That's continuing. That's how to read that. And then let me take this off. Same here. We need to see this expansion continue. I'm saying like next week, couple of weeks, and then get above the obvious resistance levels. But hey, there's an initial low, thrust, secondary. That's your objective right there. Once we break out above this bar, that dot, that's all at around 4,200, 42 millionths, whatever of a penny. Then we really take off. And this is something that it's a price recovery candidate. We go to the daily. We have patterns. Come on back. Where are my patterns? Yeah, we have patterns down here where getting back up to that 4 level is, I think that's a first step. Where's the other one? That's a better chart. Oh yeah, on this one, here we go with the different data feeds. But again, shark to 5-0. Big impulsive shark. The 5-0 is completed, by the way. Right there, we hit it. T1 has been generated. So I'm focused. I'm focused on that 4-hour chart. Shark to 5-0. And what I want to see is the 5-0 go and fail at the shark on the second test. A lot to consider. If you're brand new here, brand new to patterns, everything, I'm going to have to do this a couple of times throughout the session, okay? Please start with getting your 2-week trial. Send your TradingView username to HPC at SR-Analyst. And the other thing is go over and just become a basic member. Register. It's all free, especially new people. Please review the books. Okay, all of the books, all the basic foundation videos are free for a reason. And then go down here and click the books and then watch the videos. We'll send you a bunch of other materials with the follow-up email. And then finally, again, the Black Friday special just launched today. You can get it. Here's the code. And I'll put it one more time in the chat. It's a flat out 30% off. If you want 2 platforms, that's even better and gets everything you need to get started. Okay, this is the time. We do this for the Black Friday situation, and then that's it. But it gives you the ultimate opportunity to get in with everything. And I say do it now because with what crypto is doing, listen, we want bearish patterns to react like this, set up some confirmation, and then launch through to fail, because that's going to tell us there's a stronger force at hand. Let's talk about stronger forces, some other stronger forces at hand. Things like Grock, already gone. Man, I meant to get to that last time. Just so many of these. Okay, Grock USD. This thing's got serious potential. Go back at least another 886. Grock USD on MEXC. Or the other one that just seems to really want to go, Dgen. Oh man, look at that. Dgen. Bat pattern. We brought that up last time. Target one is 291. That's a beautiful setup structure with a ways to go. What else? What do you guys want to look at? I see a bunch of symbols here. Sure. Yeah, I hear it on XRP. Optimism. What's up, Greg? Wants to look at OP. OP's looking like this. Oof. Love it. I love it because we have the bearish pattern. To me, just having worked with this for so long, of how understanding how to read this. Okay, look at all the back-to-back dynamics in OP. Last year, massive run to the crab pattern. Come all the way back down. Give us a bat. Now we have another bat. And that capped this initial reaction. But I like what's going to happen here. Come down. We're retesting under 157. Could maybe come a little bit lower. But set it up so that when we do that confirmation, I think that confirmation is like 140. Then come back up, blast through the 211, and then get to one of these targets. It is still a type 1 bat, but it tells me at least 260. Mike DT, what's up, Mike? Welcome to the show. Sand is what Mike wants to look at. And talk about underperforming. I would call this cemetery crypto. I would. And we need some confirmation to launch. Another one pre-cycle that did great, came all the way back down. Sandbox, finding massive support, but still consolidating in the zone. What we probably need is a retest around 24 cents of the confirmation to get it going. It's there. It's kind of percolating, but it's a little overbought. And it's not like any of the ones that we really saw that did some amazing things. Couple more. How about SEI? We talked about that. This has got the 1-2 off the deep crab. Okay. It doesn't go to moon phase until above 50, 52 cents. So I like that. And remember, we discussed why this higher level confirmation last time at 35 was so critical. What you want to see, and remember, all markets move in a stair-step process. Step 1, like that, and 2, and then 3, and can we do another one in the step in the process? That you don't even want them to moon like that. You want that stair-step process as they get above, and then get above the obvious level of T2, where then you can kick it out to the weekly time frame. Like above 52, then we can assess higher possibilities of $1, something like that. Celestia. There it is. Another one of these. Look, here's the thing about Celestia. A couple of HSI that keeps popping it, pushing it down after it pops up. I like the fact that you are broken out of the downtrend. It's a beautiful, massive bat pattern. Okay, 436. You're 486. Look for that retest. You'll come back and retest. You're retesting the last confirmation just now, and probably better to assess on the weekly. Yeah, we got to get this turned around. Look, what direction is HSI going on the weekly? And maybe that's a good starting point to honestly say, what is it doing? What's the potential here? Well, amplified getting rejected by the 50. We've seen the ones that run. They are more of this persuasion. They thrust above the 50. Also, HSI, you're back at that 50. That needs to kind of turn around. And in the process, maybe you come back down. We are weekly oversold on Celestia. TIA. Let me get a longer term. Is there a longer term? Not really. It's fairly new. Not just yet. I would prefer to see HSI pointing in the correct direction. This was a great start about 2 months ago, but we never got above the 50 level on amplified. Those are the two indicator structural phenomenon that we want to see for that to go. What's up, Lay? Lay Kim wants to look at Zcash. ZEC Cash. 37, my man. Daily time frame. This is a stair stepper. We do have a lot of patterns there. Looking left, they were all at 17 to 20. And each time it's doubled, come off, double. You want to see this. So the difference between Zcash now and last year is we're formulating higher HSI. Higher, that little green arrow, that green arrow, that green arrow. Probably should change the color on that so it really pops. Hold on. HSI arrows right there. Let's make them nice and shiny. There you go. Much better. No, that can be better than that. Really make it bright. No, that's the pattern indicator. Let's make it bright. Thank you. And let's make the red bright so they stick out, pop out. Much better. And we're down there on Zcash. So let's bring that up on our next session because this might take a couple of days. Get down there, give you the inflection, and then turn back up. And that would be your continuation. Go to the weekly. And the weekly, yeah, it's getting a little top heavy. But we have a lot of recovery range in Zcash. I mean, when you've got a chart that looks like this, beautiful base, by the way. And I think next week I want to highlight something called the super base strategy. A guy named David Ryan and Ed O'Neill of Investors Business Daily fame, especially David Ryan, a big stock market guy from the 80s, talked a lot about the super bases. Okay, the longer the base, the better the move. And the important point is establishing a low, especially a shakeout low, getting a higher high, and then violating the initial pivot, like right there. So this is a first step in the process where then Zcash, if it's just even cycle recovery, which is 382, let's be conservative, 382 on that all-time chart. I mean, we could always say, oh yeah, it's going to the 886, no problem. No, let's be real. Let's keep it real. I always like to keep it real. 382 recovery range is like 160. And that's how you should be viewing all of your crypto, no matter what you choose. I mean, I'm not going to judge anybody if they want whatever crypto they want. You go with you. You think for yourself. But I'm going to show you that if you're going to frame it out with harmonic metrics, stick with the 382 for a minimum. Yeah, we could say, oh, it's automatically going to the 886. I know it's got because I know secret things about Zcash nobody knows, and that would be 350. We'll know at the 382 level because what it'll do is it'll annihilate that resistance and just accelerate. So for now, Zcash, 150, 160. Yeah. What's up, Neil? Neil wants to look at BLUB. Isn't that one that's been just with the rest of them, like going off? No, that's Blur. Let me get you BLUB. Do you know what BLUB is? That's on MEXC again with one of those. Yeah, relatively new, right? Shh. Neil, where were you about a week ago? 2 weeks ago there. I have to look at that further, but it does exemplify, no matter what you have, looking at things like here and saying, all right, can it do a 382? Because there's a 382. Violate the 382, then get to the 886. Like there's 382, then 886. So you're getting rejected off the 886 for right now. Wait for that. Ordinals. Well, Ordi's one that has been on our portfolio list for a while. And I don't think that did a big remove, but this is a really, okay, so Ordi, it already did that yesterday. Okay, Ordi's been one we've talked about at 27 for a long time. And it also has the bearish recovery setup that I want everyone to know. It's a little bit complex. You've got back-to-back patterns, but once you understand reaction, reversal, you'll understand why this works. So we had the pattern completion, confirmation took a while, runs right into a butterfly, gets rejected. And it already hit target 1. So bearish reaction is already done. You get to 37 here. Okay, we're looking for this to wash itself out. Then on the return phase, that's when things can happen. So if we bottom and scrape this 37 to 40, right where it is right now, maybe a few more days, and we start to turn back up and we enter that butterfly zone, we should blast through 47, 49, 52. A lot going on there. I really hope to kind of develop even a finer list of those exact candidates. Hunting crypto, what's going on? You got a whole bunch, man. Caspa, that's one we talked about. Where's IJK? Caspa at 14, remember 10? Remember 10 on Caspa? We talked about that. And we talked about that since the summer. Go back to like July. And this is a recovery. This is a price discovery. And now you have back-to-back. Check out the Shark. That was at 20. We also had, Caspa had a prior pattern back here. It was, where's the bat on that? Hold on. There it is. There she goes. And again, with the multiple data feeds, but that's the MEXC. And I think MEXC is a good, interestingly enough, MEXC and Binance US seem to produce the most patterns. I don't know why, but they do. And so Caspa did hit our 10 cent, rocketed in the reaction. Now we start looking. Why? Well, if we get the type 2 on the Shark, maybe one more, you're 15 at the moment. And no doubt, yeah, they could get away from us and not give you the retest. But I'll watch it. We know the type 2 from the bat has completed. When we waited on that forever, and it's been realized. Also, Caspa, look, that's big price discovery behavior. You're talking 1 penny, went to 20, 50% correction. And look at the oversold. Folks, how do we have any idea that this stuff has the ability to moon, to do a Solana, to do a BNB like last cycle, where we can go like there, 50% retracement, oversold signals, and then do another 1618? Because that's how I'm looking at Caspa. 27, those are minimum. Another one, before I get to any of your others that I really like, is Carrot. Carrot did this thing where it's fairly new, but bottoming out a whole lot of come on, where is I need a more data feed. It's on Coinbase. Where is it? MEXC. Let's go to MEXC. Was that the one I was looking at? Caspa's up. Maybe it was. I know I'm interested looking at Carrot. Or was it? Maybe it was Kusama. It was a K. Kusama's a Gartley. Yeah, kind of cemetery crypto though. I mean, that's all the way down there. I'm not. Maybe it wasn't Carrot. I'll have to come back to that. Let's keep it rolling. There's Keep, but that wasn't it. I'll look at your. Yeah, let's go back to a quick review of Cortex. That was one from last time. And we got to look at FET because here's Cortex. Cortex, great. FET is going to give us that pullback, guys. Cortex, CTXC, we talked about that with the AI coins. It's doing the retest to 12. It got away a little bit at 25, but no, it has what we want to see. It has the bearish setup, and we're going to use the bearish pattern, the reaction off of it. Look, it did the reaction down, got overextended. I want to be looking at this. It's already violated the shark. Can we get the next oversold signal? They're not all going to move the same way. Let's look at FET. And I'll look at PAL too, because both of those, they just got thrown down. FET AI. Please, can we get that retest to cinch the Gartley with the type 2? And that's at 101. Currently 129. Don't FOMO. Please be patient. We'll get it. We will get that opportunity. Okay, it's probably lower, and the fact that they're trying to merge with somebody, yeah, that means we're definitely going to need to have a retest. They didn't like that announcement. It was PAL AI, right, that they went with. And remember, we were looking at PAL on that throwdown as it was happening. Yeah, nice Gartley on daily, but type 1 here. PAL AI, I guess they're going to merge. Where's the 4-hour chart? 4 hours finally oversold now. So I'd be looking at that. Maybe not. I mean, not my favorite. Let's wait for that FET AI thing. That kind of news is going to wash it out. But here's a couple of the AIs that are working, and just quick updates because you guys know these. The AIOZ. I think that's going to do something big. We've had back-to-back all along the way. That's a 4-hour chart. Okay, the daily's even better. And the daily did the type 2. How many patterns are there? 3. 3 patterns. 1, 2, 3. 39. I would say you just, whatever the next oversold signal is on AIOZ, you go on it because it's going to take out 72, 75, and that moon phase is above 85. It can do much bigger things. The reason why AIOZ was on our list as price discovery is because it made progress. I mean, it's insanity that a year ago it was a penny and it went to $1. 100x for anybody playing at home. But we're assuming Next wave, and again, just utilizing common sense, really. Once you understand the levels, watch the patterns get displayed on the chart automatically. Hey, patterns looking left, absolutely oversold. I can assume that we go do a 1618. That puts you like 150, 153. You're also nowhere near prior lows. You've maintained this long-term progress. I've laid that out many times before. Here's another one. I want to reiterate the strongest situations. Okay, Aosh Network finally woke up off the hop level at 211. Beautiful Gartley, bearish Gartley. Let's cap it for now. And then let it come back in, because another one of these bearish situations, reaction, type 1. Come down, let it do its thing. It already hit the target. Now we just need to see the return phase. I would say the level now going forward, that's 294. So look for that. You're 314 at the moment. But under 294 is that next level entry. Remember, stair steps. What's up? Hunting Crypto. Want to look at QNT. I haven't looked at that in a long time. What's going on over there? TUV. No. MNOPQ. OPQ. I have to run through that. I have got to go back to kindergarten and go through my ABCs like that. QNT daily, 61 bucks. Nice pattern. Butterfly down here. Where's the confirmation? We had last HSI is there. I'm going to say 55, man. I really would, since we're not able to get out of that zone. Beautiful chart. Beautiful pattern. Weeklies like this. Okay, that's why. Is that why? That's probably why. Nice weekly pattern. Let's not ignore that situation. What needs to happen for something like this? I mean, it's been a dog. 5 months in that zone. But beautiful. Really nice harmonic setup here with confirmation. Yellow dot. Runs into a counter signal. Sends you back into the zone. Very common. 54 is the floor. Yeah, let's get, two things need to happen. Amplified never got above this 50, so get that turning up. We can't expect acceleration until that goes. Like there. And then HSI. I suspect you just need one green week. So we'll look at that. That's kind of a sleeper one. I wish that was trending. You know, I wish that butterfly was happening at a higher level. It's just not. But I haven't looked at it in a while, but I will start looking at it. How about that? Couple more. Should we segue to the stocks? Easy now. Easy, Jonathan. Settle down. Yeah, we can go to those. Couple more. Yeah, Peanut was brilliant. Alphium. Okay, and I got to look at Peanut. I mean, that's just... There's so many things right about that situation, except for the fact that they killed the thing. But Alphium's like this. Yeah, I didn't think that's kind of a cemetery crypto situation. You're gonna wait, like get another oversold trigger. Nice pattern. Terrible price action. I think there's better opportunities. For grins, as they say. Let's look at old Peanut. And really, I mean, they Peanut the score. Get out of here. That's already hit above $2. And I know you could have got that on MEXC. Look at that on MEXC, guys. My goodness. 12 cents to $2. Let me take a breath here for a second. I knew it. you know what? I really need to jump on those kind of ideas. I mean, there's Peanut the Squirrel. It came out on MEXC at 2 cents. And there was the election. The day after the election, it was trading 7. It was a triple. Wow. Now, I'm going to say this to anybody that was able to get a hold of that. Yeah, you're up 200x. So at what point do you take a little off the table? Because that could roll over pretty quickly. And I think, look, HSI on a 4-hour is under the 50. And let's monitor good old Peanut. It's looking a little toppy up here at $2. Who knows? It could go to 10. But what do you need, really? Even if you're there the day after the election and a couple days after it happened. Oh, my goodness. Wait, I got to breathe here. I got to breathe. That is something else. What was that on the day after the election? I mean, that was a serious issue that they killed the squirrel. And so the day after the election, or on the election, because we were talking about that. Tuesday night, it was 6 cents. Wow. Wait, let me get my head around that. Let me get my head around that for 1 second. 6 cents. Wow. Okay. All right. You know, it's and that's something to think about too. Where you're into this kind of stuff that can do 100x type move where, you know, put $1,000, it's 100 grand off that low, or even, I mean, well after the fact. To me, I was thinking that, what was I thinking? I mean, I was thinking about Peanut, and there's HSI on the 4-hour. Where'd that HSI come in? That was like 10 cents. So even there, and that was just Saturday. Today's Thursday, guys. $1,000 becomes 20 grand. That's the kind of environment we're in. Let's take a pause for a second. Let's remember Peanut one more time. Peanut, you served your purpose in this life. I'm very happy you've made people very wealthy off of your name. Your death was not in vain. Now, let's use this as an example going forward to find the next Peanut. I think Elon is that kind of a thing. I don't think people have woken up to the Elon meme coin either. I'm really surprised Elon isn't doing the cult kind of move. Maybe somebody can fill me in on why. Maybe Elon, it doesn't have that brand new car smell because it's been around for a while. But this is the market we're in. And it doesn't take much. Folks, if you're not on MEXC, that's probably the place to go. American individuals, you have to use a VPN. Wow. Remarkable. A couple more. You guys want, let's segue to those stocks. Yeah, let's go to those stocks. Yeah, like Mara and Riot, because they are doing the kind of moves that you want to see, first thrust moves, where it's the follow through. We've finally broken free. And go to the 4-hour chart. Mara's been one we talked about forever. Got all the way up. Look, hit the crab at 26, coming back down. So 21, and today it reached target 2 status. T2, that's what that means. But the bigger deal on this is, look, our weekly, this isn't, look, you're not looking at anything but price action. You're saying, hey, what's so impressive about that? Higher low, not doing much. It's this kind of stuff. Like HSI has been just stellar in looking for those kind of moves that have true acceleration to them. Here's this one. Amplified this week. Okay, first week, we've really broken above the 50. We can honestly say that's broken above the 50. So despite the knockdown off the 26 level, you need to do a higher high. And you get a higher high, and we know that you have this kind of a thing. You've got the whole range, the whole recovery range at hand. This crab at 82, it's going to take time, but it's still valid. It kind of reminds me of the Bitcoin bat pattern that circled all the way back. Couple more. Riot, the obvious ones. Riot, Hut, Estig, Iron, whatever. And maybe let's do it Tuesday. Let's talk about these super bases, because that's what you're looking at. You have this long extended base. You got the bat pattern there at 10. Okay. What happened last week, this week? All right, you're getting knocked down. Not a problem. And that's what happens with these bases. They're going to have multiple attempts to bust resistance. I mean, we took out 13. That's a big deal. Come back, retest. What's it like? Where's the 4 hour? A little overextended at the moment. Can we get the next 4 hour oversold signal? Come back down, maybe back to 10. But this is doing a stair-step process, and where these miners are going to become ever more important. Got to look at MicroStrategy. I mean, that's gone parabolic, no doubt. That has gone parabolic to 380. Where's the parabolic hitting now? The 886. All time, remember this? All time 886. Right there. It made its run. It busted all-time new highs. There's the 886 at 295. I would look at the 886 as backtest support. Pop through the all-time high, come back, retest it, maybe even fill the gap. But that's going parabolic. It is parabolic. It's parabolic in the last few years. Got to watch how that closes out. BTBT. That's another one. Great formation. Just hasn't done the move yet. Weekly. Massive. Massive weekly. 401. You're 449. That was high as 540. You might get another opportunity at $4. I would not be surprised to see that thing retrace 20, 30% as it continues to stair step. I think with these type of ones, they will only really run when Bitcoin is above 1025. When Bitcoin is a six-figure entity, people are going to FOMO into this stuff. So we want to look for the pullbacks along the way and just keep adding. And nothing at once, but look for stuff like this and that. We're overextended at the moment. Let's get another oversold. What's that look like? Yeah, let that come in. We've got some work to, 5-day down kind of a situation. I'm trying to alleviate your FOMO. What was the other one? Coin, of course. Well, Coin was one. Remember last month, 165? And then doubles, and then backs off. What's up there? Got to go out to the weekly chart. 618. It's like that. And I still think that when Coin really gets going, this is a shark. It just ran in, didn't get quite 786, looks like this. Bring it on in. 786, didn't even reach that. A little bit of a pause. here. I'm not too concerned about that. You're waiting for the 886 retest. And you're also, look, the 368 is a prior crab pattern. That was what set it off to go down. So 886 still remains that upside target. I think we need some 4-hour oversold action. Oh yeah, look. Here's the 4-hour chart, guys. It ran into a shark at 306 and a dot. Could we come back to 209? Yeah. 209 or the next oversold signal. And we're already oversold. So maybe not even 209, maybe 259. It's lower from current levels. But can we get this to turn back around, please? Absolutely. Everybody, really quick, before I lose anybody here, the Black Friday software special. Use the coupon code Black Friday, BLACFRIDY, to get the software now. If you want the full package, it's the only time we do it. It's a combo, and you get membership to harmonictrader.com till January 1st. Click it here, and again, remember, it's on X, it's on blog site, and I'll be blasting some emails out. Check it there. Okay, I'm going to be doing the promo for a while. Deal with it. Let's get back to the charts. CleanSpark, what's up? Michael Parker wants to look at CleanSpark. That was one we looked at. We were back there on the daily, like 12 last month. Yeah, 10. And so what did it do? Gartley completed the type 1, folks, on CleanSpark. 10 to 15 is the measured level. This got to 17, 18. What can we expect now? Well, the dream setup is a full type 2. And the other thing that I've talked about that I'm going to probably start looking at, maybe Tuesday session, we do an introduction, and then we do like a 5-10 minute educational segment, because I think it's important, especially now. Like, I can randomly riff charts for hours, but what's that value? I want you guys to have a little strategy nugget every time so that you're really kind of building your knowledge. The type 1, type 2, and maybe I'll work that into Tuesday schedules. You have the reaction up. You go to the XA level, into the zone, potential reversal zone, because it's potential. We're looking for a reversal, or in this case, reaction zone. And then we go to target. Now, how high can that go? Because yes, it can be exceeded. You break it down to the bar. So on the day it hits, you wait for the close. I mean, it traded that much higher. If it's really going to explode, it should continue through. In this case, no. You got overbought. Come on back for the return. You're 14.20. I'm going to look for the return, full return, 10.33. Knowing that that's a big deal. You get a retest at 10.33, that should set it off. Also, we have a big bat on the weekly pattern. It's kind of like Tesla before Tesla did the big launch. And off of that weekly structure at 5, CleanSpark's got room to run. I mean, it's just, if you were going to swing that, you know, it would take 2-3 years to get from 5 to 28. That's okay. But once you know that's in, okay, you're going to have to deal with some up and down. And I mean, I like to trade them a bit more, but this next retest is probably the last one. What's Pixel, my man? Is that a coin? Because you've popped that in about 10 times. And I'll hit that up for a second. Let's come back to that next time. Pixel 13, 15. Bring it up next time. Bring it up on Tuesday. Yeah, we're on to stocks. Well, we're looking at crypto stuff, crypto related issues like HUT. Wow. Nice one for Hut. Probably needs to come in. But again, go to the weekly on these. That's a super base, guys. That's a definition of a super base. Long, extended, measured super bases like this. And I'll bring up some source material on Tuesday for the super bases. But that's the kind of thing where the relevant range of the prior all-time high at 82 all the way back down to $5, $4, now you're 24. Yeah, you're looking for this to build, and then break out. And that has everything that I want to see, where you have finally made a sufficient higher high after a few higher lows that we could target all-time 382 first. Let's not get crazy. To there, 382 is like, it's like that. It's like 37. 382, and then I'd go 886. Take it in chunks and understand it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be, it might even take all of next year, even to get to the 382. But what we'll know is that when we get to the 382, okay, when we get to here and we blast through, obliterate it, then you above 33, then you know you've got possibilities for larger assumptions. Yeah. Couple more. Absolutely Hood doing things here around 32. I mentioned this last time. And yeah, I'm looking at that to fail. I'm looking for this to fail the crab and just go on a serial weekly run. A serial means week over week climb. All right, just because you have a bearish bar this week doesn't mean much. And look, HSI is firmly above the 50. Best thing to do is to go on the hourly or 4-hour chart. 4-hour, a little overbought. It's a sideways grind. And it's done amazing things in the last month. That's the deal with the whole market, guys. The market has done spectacular things in the last 2 weeks. So expect some overhang, some digestion. Nothing really changes. What's up, Numi? Yep, Iren. Iren is like that. I thought that was crypto. Isn't that crypto? Beautiful shark on the daily. It's another one coming in for the type 2 return at 804. So and let's wait on it. Let's be patient on that one. What's the weekly? Somebody clarify that for me. Is this a crypto energy thing? I'd really like to know. Weekly oversold around 750. It's a minor, huh? Wasn't there something special to this though, Rogelio? I thought this was like a special, a clean energy miner type of thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I like that. And look, I know it did a big move. It's at 10. Can we get this kind of a thing? Come back to 8, 7, 8. It hasn't even gone ballistic yet. It will. This stuff takes time. I mean, you're talking go ballistic where you're already at the 382. That's a great start. And also, when I say stair step, guys, it's like this. You know, boing to there, back down, back up. That's how the markets move. Wolf is a clean miner. And I think that's the one thing people are going to really bitch about. That, oh, Bitcoin uses all this energy. I mean, the detractors are going to get out there and talk, you know what, about, especially if the government really tries to get into Bitcoin. I'll be like, oh, it's going to take all this energy. Wolf. Well, that's a problem. Type 2 deep crab, type 2 regular crab. Boy, that was $1 a year ago. Okay. let it do the 1-2. That's all I got to say. Either get oversold to set up a counter signal, but let that steam blow off. I'm not interested in that. Not yet. Also, you got lower highs on your amplified. That's a divergence situation happening right there. Amplified, complex formation. And remember what I was saying, this is going to be another strategy. We will do strategy sessions, dedicated strategy sessions on Tuesdays going forward, so that I can highlight like one really critical strategy you guys can learn, put in your pocket. Look, this is an M formation. It goes down, hits the 50, and returns. And what happened? We got overbought again, but didn't take out the reading, and we did an impulsive amp reading. So that should be it. Also, we went to probably a 1618, right? Looks like this. Down, bang, the complex return is what that's called, right to a 1618. It's a beautiful dynamic. I mean, come down 382 is like 640, 618 minimum off that reciprocal, like $5. That's probably what Wolf is going to do here. Long-term trend is still up, but when you're looking at this stuff, we got to respect the channels until they can absolutely annihilate the resistance. You're going to continue to stair step, and in that process, you know, you're at or above the trend channel. Okay, Greg, you're the last one on those. Any's like this. It's called Sphere 3D, and thank you very much. Okay, at least we have one. This is a bottom fisher. It's a low floater, as they say. What's the daily looking like? Okay, great. Thank you, Greg. Well done. Okay, we have back-to-back pattern formations here. You have a deep crab. Sorry, a regular crab at $1. Okay, went to do the shark. It did the 1-2 on the shark. So you're at 154. I would expect this thing to come back in. Now, look, off of this crab, the type 1 completed, and you're 154. I would expect that to come back to $1, maybe even under. So you're looking at $1 for the final retest move. A lot of these miners have that situation going on. So where do you want the home run smash setup? It's, you know, it's at $1, slightly thereafter, and then give us some confirmation and go. Please remind me of that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, couple big stocks. Big things like Greg wants, or who's that? Daniel wants to look at the Russell. I want to look at SPY first. This is our #1 stock chart of everything. This is everything we want to look at going forward. I had a big monthly update for my members. I laid out some big numbers. Those guys know what they are. I've alluded to them here. I'm going to save some of the premium stuff for them. If you want to get over and become a member, hit me up or get the software package and you'll be able to take advantage of that information. Everybody, you should be looking at specifically SPY. Why? Well, we're against this massive bearish zone. It's a bearish zone. It's not bullish, it's bearish. Now, we still have some work to do. The monthly is even better. That means the monthly close is going to be critical. We have a dot. That dot is the first dot off of this HSI signal. We're going to need one more bearish month before we get a double dot. Now, I still say that 618 is the pursued objective. End of the year, we were really close just a few days ago. And until I get, either we hit the hop at 618 or we get one monthly candle, it's not going to matter. Now, what needs to happen is a bypass of the whole deal. And we're not seeing that in the indicators. And I pointed this out last time. The indicators here, HSI, Amplified, they're proprietary. But what are they showing us? That this is a massive push back up into the zone. Also, HSI, it's a leading harmonic strength index, a leading indicator. I wouldn't even consider this pattern to have effect until HSI was to roll over and hit the 50 line. It's critical. That's critical for the whole stock market, for everything. Everyone's assuming that market's going to rage with Trump. And you know what? It probably will. But in the meantime, you got to deal with buyers and sellers. A lot of people sitting in profit that might even be, motivated to take some of those profits in the short term and reassess, because there's going to be a lot of change coming. Market doesn't like uncertainty. I think, it's still intact. And so there would have to be a few months of indecisiveness or inability to keep going higher. Every month we're able to go higher. So far this month, you're at 600 on the SPY was the high. Next month, you're above 600. That's progress. And we need to wait and see. For now, everything's still intact. Just because we have a bearish pattern does not mean it's bearish. Critical factor. That's a whole nother strategy subject to get to. But we'll be monitoring that on the monthly. Greg wanted to look at the Russell. I think the Russell's good to look at because you've got all the Russell 5000 stocks, a broader metric of what's happening. There's a monthly chart. We haven't looked at that forever. Did a run up. I mean, if we connect the dots, actually, I bet you on the weekly you have a shark. Do we have the shark on the weekly getting generated? Not automatically. And that matters too. Even though we could connect dots, that is at the 886. It's probably more about the 886 than anything else on the Russell. That's why you're pausing, you're capped here. But we don't have, again, is the market up or down? Like, you really want to know, do we have anything that expresses that? Are we overbought? No, we're baselining at HSI 50 level. And if anything, that turns up 1-2 bullish weeks. That's a massive continuation. You have a little inflection here, but the Russell has not done much in the last few years. So I'm not surprised to see this be challenged, maybe a couple of knocks before it really goes. Like, you want a new cycle on the Russell to take you higher. You got more work to do. You're at the all-time 886 here, the multi-year. That's okay. The Qs are probably like second to SPY in terms of that story. That story is like this. We know the all-time 1618 is right around 503. You took it out. You're trying to push higher. I think 550 on the Qs is really your number. I'm not going to do it all at once. We had a massive candle last week. So again, it's not straight up. It never is. 1902 is like 547. That's my number on the Qs. The daily on Qs like this. Okay, trying to break out above the prior reading. It's just a pause. I don't think it's anything but a grinding sideways move higher. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. A couple of individual things to look at. Here's one. Something I mentioned briefly last time. And it kind of represents the type of stocks that we can now consider. Oh, geez. Look at what that's done in the last week. Twilio, absolutely raging now. I brought that up last week, but look. Now it did its base. And it did a super base, okay, against this weekly or even monthly bat pattern. That's remarkable. That one is starting to go. Get it on your radar. and get a lot of these that are looking like this on your radar because the recovery potential is enormous. That's beautiful. The other one, PayPal. I'm going to stay with it. Now I'm trying to do a butterfly right here. Got to get above 87. It's no confirmation yet, no yellow dot. It did hit the hop level at 87.58. As soon as that breaks out of the hop, great. We could get a pause, pull back off of this situation right now, but the longer term dynamics of what you're looking at here, I mean, a massive potential for massive recovery. And the 382 on that all time is there at around 150. Couple more. Snow for Daniel. What are we looking at that? Snowflake. There was something big there. Yeah, it was this. Okay. You guys let me know. What should we do? Should we do type 1, type 2 basics for Tuesday? Or should we do HSI confirmation? Let me know what you guys think. Type 1, type 2, or HSI. Put it in the chat. And I will size up a strategy session for next time. Because this type 2 has dramatic meaning. And XA level is 125. I'd say look at that. You're 130 currently. Yes, you're off the low at 109, but this hasn't even started. And it's patterns like this that, just give me chills with how this phenomenon lines up. I mean, when you're looking at this, it's like a big flashing go sign. And the T2 software automatically generates that, tells you start looking now. We could go break this down. Whereas look at HSI. Look at this stuff. Look, HSI really triggered that, and it's going to trigger it. We've done this with the crypto. We do it on these type of stocks. Listen, that was 6-8 weeks ago at exactly 109. The breakout above the 50, and you could have waited a week or two. HSI is designed to be a leading indicator. So you can wait on that to be above the 50 dramatically, demonstratively, and then here you go. In the last 2 weeks, we've broken above the 50 clearly. Now that goes. What do we got here? What do you guys think? HSI or T2? I'm going to do a quick poll, 30 seconds. Tap it into the chat. We got HSI, 2 for 5, 6, 7 for HSI, 3 for type 1, type 2. You got 1 more minute. Couple more. Fubo, Garmin. I know what Garmin's doing there. Garmin. Oh man, look at that Garmin. I think I know the answer on for Tuesday. HSI. Garmin. Okay, this is what I mean about that kind of recovery. Garmin was crushed 2022. Also, man, look at that. So let's go to town on the breakout. And this is what I mean when you fail. And we're looking at that with the SPY. Listen, this is the kind of action we should see in that SPY pattern. We're making our way to the hop level. And maybe we pause at the hop and then you blow through it. This is what the S&P 500 should do over the next 1 to 3 years. In the same kind of a way. Scratch yourself up to the hop, maybe some consolidation, and then just demonstratively blow it out. When you see a failed pattern like that, and really at that level at 150, you kick it up. Next time frame. Like at that point, you go to the monthly, and what's the next monthly objective for Garmin is just an all-time 1618. I mean, that's just 1618 monthly on Garmin. is like that. 240. Okay, pulls over. Let's do the count. Oh, by far, it's HSI. So I will run through the dynamics of HSI and how to be looking at, thinking about it with patterns. But to get that, to do that, you guys need to get the software. Here I go. Okay, buy my cereal. Get the Black Friday special. Use the coupon code Black Friday, 30% off. Get the TradingView license. That's where I think everyone should start. If you want a combo like NinjaTrader and NinjaTrader, MetaTrader, eSignal, Sierra charts, you'll get TradingView for free and you'll get it for 30% off. And you'll get Harmonic Trader Gold access till January 1st. All right? It's the last time I'm going to show it here. I don't do a lot of promotion, but now I'm going to. Okay? A couple more and we're out of here. Let's go to Square. Square for Nasser. What's up, buddy? How you doing today? Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Geniuses are on Square. And I know Mitch is all over that one. Good for him. I will start. Square is a massive super base shark. When's next earnings? Yeah, I would be planning for the next earnings announcement for Square to be monstrous. And what's the daily look like? Little overbought at the moment. Check out the bat pattern on the daily. Okay, you've got some work to do, but that's okay. We know what's behind here. Look, it's a 1-2 bat. It's difficult to see, but the software is picking it out. Type 177 down to 69. Back to the hop at 83. Okay, can we get a retest? Like, I would look at it like this. Come back down, maybe 77, maybe even as low as 69 or something. I'll keep my eye on it. I don't think so. I think you're going to get maybe a 77 retest and probably get oversold one more time. But what the play is for this kind of a weekly chart is you're patiently waiting, stalking it to get to target 1 at 177. That's amazing. And this is, everyone else would also say, massive head and shoulders. Left, bang, and then there's the third shoulder and go. Garmadon wants Path. That is another one I haven't looked at in a long time, and I think not so bad. UI Path down at $12. What's down there? Anything? It's not like Square. I don't really have much there. I don't have much there. You know what's one that is really starting to move? LAC, guys. Okay, that's got some massive patterns. Monthly, weekly, like that. When I say have a pattern looking left, it's like that. Now this is, because it's a monthly, it's going to take time. I mean, you could be in a position like this for a year or two. I mean, think of it this way, 30 months. How do you know how long? Well, what's the pattern? Monthly, bat, where's the completion there? 30 months. Okay, that's a reasonable expectation. That puts you 18 months out, almost 2 years out to get to 12. But okay, can you deal with that? A 3x in a stonk in that time? That's how we, have an idea of how much time to give that. Block is super strong. Absolutely. What's up, Red? Let's finish up with you, and then I got one more for you guys. GNS, Genius Group. What are we going to do with that, man? I can't really do much with that. And I guess what we should talk about is low floaters. See these low floaters that, yeah, I see maybe what you're reaching at. There's some kind of bat here. But again, even on like, does that come up on the weekly? No. It's tough. Like if you want to hit something like that, just don't over allocate. I'm talking from experience. You know, something like that, I'd be like, give me 100,000 shares of that, and let's rock. If it doesn't work out, that's a problem. But okay, here's one. CXAI. I brought that up last time. We're down here. You have a pattern looking left, and it did that crazy move. I'm not saying yet, but I'm saying really close. I started nibbling out on this about a week ago. Okay, this is going to take a long time till it gets out of there. But you've got a lot going on, and just give it time. I would even expect maybe a dot, 130-ish, but just, you know, a small allocation, long term. Don't go crazy, but you're looking for things to turn around in a major way. There was one other one. What was the other one? It escapes me at the moment. What was the other one? It was an AI. Hold on. I think it was C3 AI. Daily. Yeah, okay, it had the type 2. C3 AI. That hit the type 2 already. Yeah, I'm going to come back on that. That's not what I really thought. I'll come back on that one for Tuesday. So Tuesday, we're going to do HSI. Okay, Freeze, you got me. Tesla. We should talk about Tesla. And let's do the big. Tesla's good for the HSI conversation. Okay, it's really important because we had a couple of things for Tesla, daily and weekly. Remember the check back? Remember the first thrust to 265, and I said, let it check back this HSI dot at 245. That was an important thing. Up here at 340, okay, you're hitting a hop level at 343 off of the prior bat and rejecting. Okay, no problem. Is there any confirmation? No. This is why we're going to do the deep dive on Tuesday for HSI. We'll do it for your favorite crypto, and we'll do it for big stocks. This situation with HSI doing that, despite the pattern, okay, tells me there's no confirmation. Like this is just the reaction off that level. And if anything, I'm still of the opinion that Tesla is not only doing the big move, okay, it's about to go price discovery. We can go X, A, B, C, and the D, okay, hit the 786. But that's just the starting point. Can we get reaction and go again? Because what this will morph into is 1618 crab. And I'm talking 1-3 years. I'm talking long term. I've always been saying that ever since this back end retest. Ever since the back end retest. And go back to like September. We were looking for that breakout. Back end retest at 220-ish. This is a first thrust. And believe me, above 343, there is zero. There's nothing. I mean, the only other reactive level we're going to consider is 886. What I'd be thinking is earnings. Earnings. If they have another stellar earnings, and that's end of July, or excuse me, end of January, then you take out the 886. It's moved a huge amount. I mean, it's, look, a major market cap like that to go 25, 30% inside of a month, you're going to get sellers. You're going to get people taking profits. Avoid the FOMO. We'll break that down. These situations are best for 4-hour charts. Let's wait for the next oversold step in the process to jump on. You got it. Appreciate that, Freeze. And again, share it with everybody. If you guys want to get on it now is the time. The Black Friday special, I'm doing it again. And what I would suggest is also look at the package. Like I'll do a deep dive also on the MetaTrader for crypto. MetaTrader has some remarkable scanning abilities with certain vendors, and Ninja too. But I think everyone should get the HPC for TradingView. All right. The only caveat of the TradingView option is you do not get the membership, but you'll get an option to subscribe at a substantial discount, basically silver for gold. If you have any questions, get to me at harmonictrader@gmail.com. We'll be back on Tuesday, everyone. Let's see where we're at with Bitcoin, crypto, and the rest. Until then, as always, go get them.